everyone, welcome to another video. Today I am kind of making another challenge for myself. So, a little bit of a background thing. A while back, a few years actually, I made a whole bunch of these little cards, just pieces of paper that are cut out in the same size, roughly. But then I never did anything with these. So today I finally came up with a good challenge for myself. I have a list here. So there are 16 cards and I have 16 bugs and 16 plants that I want to combine and put on these little cards. So right now beside me I have the number generator, but just like a lot of on this list, I have like a lot of different moths. I got a butterfly, I got a mantis, and a bumblebee. I got a few beetles. I even got a leaf bug, so that could be interesting because I'm mixing like a bug that's already disguised as a plant with a different plant. Yeah, more moss and yeah, that kind of stuff. And then all of my plants are succulent plants you normally have like laying around your house. So that's like the split rock, flapjack, the pussyfoot, silver torch, that kind of stuff, living rock. Woolly torch isn't something that lives in your house just because of how big it is, but that's besides the point. So we're gonna do the number generator. So the first number is 1. We got the lunar moth mixed with Punjin. Punjulian. Okay. So we have the lunar moth mixed with the okay, that's much better. It came up as an animal. Okay, interesting. So if you take a look over here on the little Google page, you see lunar moths are just very simple but very beautiful. It's got the very lime green, it's kind of like faded and whatnot, and then the brown rim, and then probably my favorite part about all of the moths are the ears. Or the antennas, which you can't even see. Antennas. They're beautiful. And then we're mixing with this kind of a plant, which has the same colors. It's a bit darker, but they're with layers. They're like layers of the plant. So I want to see if I can kind of like combine the layering of the leaves onto like the lunar moth pattern or something like that, as well as maybe use like the same colors as this plant's flower right here, which is already kind of the same color. This is weird. This is not how that's supposed to happen. For like these spots and whatnot, maybe have those shaped like the flowers as well. Something like that. I think that'd be kind of cool. But now that I know what two things I need to combine, I'm going to be doing a few different ideas on in my sketchbook, and then I'll come back to you with that, and then hopefully have picked out one that I favor in order to put on the little card. And then whenever I do. Oops, why do I always do that? And then whenever I do have it inked you know, have like the art, the line art and whatnot, I will watercolor it. So that'd be fun. Yeah. Alright. I'll be right back. Greetings. Hello. Wow. Okay. I'm back. It's a new day. And I have my sketch done. So I went ahead and drew like the original lunar moth in my style, and then I also grabbed a little bit of the succulent plant so I could see it without having to look at two references at once. And then I just started experimenting with like what I wanted to do. So I think I started off with like that design with that kind of pattern on the leaf, the wing, but it turns out very scaly looking, and I don't want to make it look like a dragon or something. I want to make it look like a moth. So I scrapped that idea. But I did want to add that kind of shape design into the bug, so I went ahead and did that kind of design on the tail here, as well as like using the flowers for those like weird pieces, like the eyes on the moth, as well as you can see there the fur is also consists of all the little tiny flowers that plant grows. And then you can see here, this is the final take. So I already did it in pen and colored it. So coincidentally, the plant and the moth is the same color, shade of green in fact. So that was easy, I didn't have to pick and choose and whatnot. So I did that. Yeah. And I also kind of kept to the design how, you can see here on the lunar moth, the little brown stripe that goes over the body. I also incorporated that on the flowers, so they're not dark, but they're more of like a maroon color that kind of is a bit similar to that brown. They kind of look like the flowers has adapted to that strip. So now that I finally have my sketch, I could put on a little card. So like I said at the beginning, I'm going to be doing this in watercolor. So first I'm going to sketch it and then do the pen line, ink it, and then I'm going to watercolor it. And I'm going to have a background with it. So you can see this original photo. I'm going to have like that dark background with that like leaf that it's going to be hanging off of. Multiple leaves. Yeah, and it's, I don't know, I've never really been fond of like the framework on like frames, so what I'm going to do is kind of do like this kind of splotchy fade out to the edges with the background, just because it like looks a little old and I like that kind of look to it. Might even make the edges a little bit old looking, a little bit of golden, like bar in the edges or something, I don't know. I'm overthinking it, but that's that. So of course you're going to see it in action. And say before I'm going to do this, I might want to make the flowers a little bit bigger so you can actually see the flowers. Because it just, it kind of looks like a lot of speckles. Well, I guess maybe you can see it, I don't know. I don't know. But as you know what I'm doing, I'm going to be speeding this process up so you can see in action. Without further ado, let's go! Hi, greetings. I'm done! Look at it. It's so pretty. I love watercolor. It's nice. I'm honestly very proud of it, both with the design and the colors, how it came out and whatnot. Yeah. So as you can see, whenever I was working with this, I was making this very like geometric, and like all the lines were like really straight. That's just kind of the style I've been going with. I definitely also wanted to make sure that they were I was drawing, and you know how like sometimes when you draw and then your hand just like starts swaying and you're not fixing it and you're like, oh god, why am I not fixing it? So you're just going off the beaten path. That, and like also my desk has a lot of texture, so making sure that the straight lines are good. I don't want no bumps in the wing and whatnot. Obviously, I kind of wish that the plant that would have been mixed with the lunar moth was a different color, so that way I could like experiment with that and maybe even make like spots on the wings and whatnot. But it's fine. It's alright. I've got over it. But yeah, I'm super happy with it, and I think like the splatter design in the background really kind of pulls it together, because it's soft, but it also kind of like makes you look more at the very detailed work, and then a little bit of like soft, messy background that kind of like they're yin yang opposites. I don't know, whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to explain, but basically they work together very nicely. And I also made sure to try and incorporate a lot of different greens together to make sure that they all look like different shades and they don't look like the same greens. So yeah, and I think I did a pretty good job with that and whatnot. And then you can even see right on the top of the feather, or not the feathers, the flowers, where they're kind of more purpley to kind of mix with that warm brown strip on the wings. So this just came out very nicely, and of course I got my little signature, and then I also wrote the lunar moth and the Pangolian, I think that's his name, the name, might be pronouncing it wrong. But another thing that I want to do before I end it is put the date, because I realized with a lot of my arts I have not put the dates, so I can't be like, oh yeah, that's when I made this. So it is, I finished this the 5th, so May the 5th 2021. No, it's 22. Oh my god, I wrote it in pen. I'm an idiot. Okay, there it is, there it is, there it is. It's like I'm graduating next year. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!